Welcome to part 2 of poultry production in agriculture. We are going to start our lesson today from where we ended in our previous meeting at management practices used in poultry production. When we say management practices used in poultry production, we say they are activities that are performed to improve the quality and health condition of the domestic birds. These are the beacon, the cobing, identification, killing, and candling. Let's take them one by one and see how we can explain them. The cobing. The cobing is the removal of cobes of poultry beds to prevent pecking by birds. Advantages of the cobing. Number one, it helps the fowl to grow fat. Number two, it reduces infection of fowls by certain microbes. Let's look at killing. Killing is the removal of unproductive, poorly performing sick birds from the flock to maximize economic gains. Let us look at advantages of killing. Number one, it prevents overcrowding. Number two, it enhances the growth of birds. Number three, it prevents the spread of disease among the birds. Number four, it is cost saving since unproductive birds are not fed. Let us look at another term called debeaking. Debeaking is the cutting of part of the upper beak and tip of the lower beak. Devices used in debeaking are number one, electric debeaker, number two, scissors, number three, heated knife. Let us look at importance of debeaking. Number one, it prevents pecking or cannibalism. Number two, it reduces wastage of food. Number three, it prevents destruction and eating of eggs by birds. Let us look at some precautions that can be used in debeaking. Number one, chickens should not be debeaked during the heat of the day. Number two, chickens should not be debeaked soon after vaccination. Number three, the lower mandible should be longer than the upper mandible. Number four, ensure that the knife or scissors is sharp and clean. Alright, this is a diagram representing a debeaking or a debeaked fowl, as you can see on your screen. Let us look at another term called candling. Candling is the process of holding a light or a candle near the egg to see the inner content. It is used to see whether the egg is fertilized or not. Alright, let us look at identification. Identification is the process of using identifiable material on the body of fowls for easy recognition. Let us look at some importance of identification. Number one, to facilitate record keeping. Number two, prevent livestock theft. Number three, for breeding programs. Let's look at some factors that contribute to cannibalism in poultry house. Number one, overcrowding. Number two, insufficient feeder, water, or nesting space. Number three, injured birds left in the flock. Number four, extremely high environmental temperatures. Number five, female birds laying eggs on the floor rather than in a nest or cage. Let us look at some poultry disease or disease that affect poultry. Number one, Newcastle disease. Number two, Gumboro disease. Number three, fowl-pox. Number four, coccidiosis. Number five, pullorum. All right, let us look at some management system used in poultry production. The main management system used in poultry production are extensive system, semi-intensive system, and intensive system. Let's take them one by one and see how we can explain them. Extensive system. Extensive system is a system in poultry production in which the birds are allowed to roam about to search for their own food. Types of extensive system. Number one, free running system. Number two, free range system. Let's take them one by one and explain them. So, free running system. Free running system is an extensive system of keeping fowls in which the fowls are allowed an unlimited scavenging area of grassland or around bush and beyond the farmer's house. Advantages of free running system. Number one, fowls are not overcrowded. Number two, fowls have plenty of exercise. Number three, less money spent in maintaining fowls. Number four, fowls obtain enough green forage, feed. All right, let us look at some disadvantages of free running system. Number one, fowls may be lost to predators. Number two, high rate of death from disease and pest attack. Number three, eggs are often lost and broken. All right, let us look at free range system. Free range system or open range system is a system of housing in which the fowls are housed but are allowed to move about freely on a large fenced grassland during the day. Difference between the free range and free running system. On free range, fowls are not properly housed. Fowls are confined to a fenced area. Fowls are not allowed to mix with stray fowl. Intensive system of poultry production. Intensive system is a system of poultry production in which the birds are completely restricted to their housing unit. Types of intensive system. Number one, battery cage system. Number two, deep litter system. Let's take them one by one and see how we can explain them. Deep litter system. Deep litter system is an intensive system of commercial poultry production in which the birds are totally confined in the well-ventilated pens day and night. The floor is covered with wood shaving. All right, let us look at battery cage system. Battery cage system is an intensive system of poultry production in which the poultry birds are housed singly or in twos or in trees in a cage. The battery cage system is suitable for egg production. The performance of individual birds is easily monitored under the battery cage system. A diagram representing battery cage system is shown on the screen. Let us look at semi-intensive system of keeping poultry. Semi-intensive system is a system of keeping poultry in which the fowls are restricted of movement since the extent of land for rearing is limited by a fence. Advantages of semi-intensive system. Number one, birds are protected from predators and adverse weather. Number two, suitable for all ages of birds. Number three, low capital investment is required in terms of housing. Number four, good for commercial egg production. Let's look at types of semi-intensive system. Number one, run unit system. Number two, movable food unit system. Let's take them one by one and explain them. Run unit system. Run unit system involves the rearing of fowls in a permanent house with a grass run attached for the birds to move about. Advantages of run unit system. Number one, does not require a lot of money to operate. Number two, it gives commercial quantities of egg. Number three, easier to supervise the fowls. Disadvantages of run unit system. The run may be the run may become foul and muddy during the rainy season when proper care is not given. Movable food unit system. It consists of a portable house with a fixed run attached so that the fowls can have enough sunlight and air during the day and rest in the house at night. In this system, the food unit must be removed to a new clean ground every day. A diagram representing movable food unit system is shown on your screen. All right, let us look at some advantages of movable food unit system. Number one, makes good use of pasture land. Number two, allows other livestock to graze at the same time. All right, let us look at some disadvantages of movable food unit system. Number one, egg eating and cannibalism are prevented. Number two, the unit does not work well in hilly areas. Number three, requires intensive labor to move the unit from place to place and to feed the fowls. Let us look at reasons why poultry farmers or poultry farms are distant from residential areas. Number one, to avoid disturbance from noise of poultry. Number two, to enable fowls to receive enough natural air. Number three, for avoidance of transfer of disease into the pen. Number four, for the avoidance of dust spread into the pens. All right, this brings us to the end of poultry production. Thank you.